Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played with the captured KV-1. This is a tier 5 German premium heavy tank with regular matchmaking that can also use Soviet crews. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on Ruinberg Winter with tier 5 as the top tier and 2 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with coated optics, improved ventilation, and an enhanced gun laying drive. I am using a crew which has 8 skills and perks. I'm in a platoon with Mixie360, who is in a fully upgraded Tech Tree KV-1. You may have noticed that for this game, my tank has a huge supply of APCR shells, and I'm also running chocolate. This loadout was part of my final push towards my 3rd mark of excellence, but I just haven't taken it off yet. Running chocolate on this tank completely kills its silver earning potential, but I'm giving it a run for a couple more games just to see if it's worth it. As top tier heavy tanks, we decided to go into the city and clear it from the inside out. The enemy hasn't pushed very far in, which gives us some great places to set up. I got some easy shots there on the M3 Lee, but the enemy artillery got a sizable hit on me, and I know that the artillery are in a platoon, so if I had stayed on that street, I would have just been a tasty snack for them. I noticed an enemy light tank was trying to sneak through our lines here, and so it made a convenient detour for me. A really lucky shot here to destroy his track, and that makes him an easy target for the rest of my shells. With the light tank destroyed and my artillery safe for the time being, I decided to head back towards that area I was fighting in, but from one street farther up. That way I could still be active and a little more safe from artillery. Now I was tempted just to head up along that EF line where the enemy was making a push through the middle, but there were too many enemies on this position to ignore and I didn't want to leave my platoon mate to fight them alone. I'm able to take up a nice position here, hiding my lower front plate, and my upper front plate is angled, which is going to make it difficult for that T-14. And just for good measure, I'm rolling back and forth to dodge a few of the shots. This is one area that the performance of the chocolate is actually quite noticeable. It helps improve that accuracy on the move, because otherwise my reticle would just be huge shooting at those enemies. Well, the impossible has happened. I have been flanked by a Matilda. I switched my APCR shells before I even knew who was coming around the back. When I'm in a firefight like this and suddenly an enemy is shooting at my rear, it's a habit that I've gotten into that I almost always switch to my premium shells. Because if you've got enemies pressing you from both sides, you've got to take at least one of them out, and there's not a lot of room there for an unlucky bounce. That there allowed me to get 4 reliable hits on the Matilda Black Prince, and pushed him back for a little bit. There's also a captured KV-1 sneaking up behind me now, and so I'm going to turn and deal with him. I left my teammate medium tank and platoon mate to deal with that Matilda, and things work out super well here because the enemy's attacks are just a little off time. It was great awareness by that T-14 to move forward and attack me, but he was just a few seconds too late to help out his teammate. And this is where the captured KV-1 can just brutalize the enemy. They're giving me situations where I am able to fully use my damage per minute with my hit points. I'm bouncing some shots and getting reliable penetrations, and it can just be overwhelming when one of these captured KV-1s is on a roll. What's left of the Matilda Black Prince sneaks up behind me again, but fortunately I was able to hold on to enough hit points during the game that I'm able to survive his attack, and I get a lucky snapshot to finish him off. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game I managed to earn 14,000 silver without any multipliers, remembering that I did fire quite a few APCR shells in that intense ending, and of course I was running the chocolate. I managed to earn 5,966 experience with the 2x daily bonus. I also got 6 points towards the Soviet Dream Machines op, which I'm quite happy about. In this game I dealt 2,069 damage, destroyed 6 enemies, and blocked 1,250 damage. This earned me high caliber, top gun, steel wall, cool headed, and a mastery badge first class. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,657. I managed to hit 31 of my 35 shots and penetrate 27 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I destroyed the viewport on the M3 Lee, and destroyed the fuel tank in the captured KV-1. This definitely wasn't the captured KV-1's maximum potential, but that was short and sweet, and we got to see how effective the captured KV-1's firepower can be in a close quarters situation when it's top tier. and there really wasn't even enough hit points on the enemy team for me to get a mastery badge from that game. It only ended up being just over 4 minutes long, which offered a limited amount of opportunities, and I had the inconvenience of competent teammates, which makes it difficult to show off. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.